Alright, good to go. Welcome to the stream. Back at it. I'm going to be getting back into Final Fantasy XVI. We started this up, when was that? Thursday night? Yeah, I don't think I streamed yesterday. We gave it a little bit of a look. Clear my throat there. And we got about 3 hours in. Not too far. But yeah, I wanted to put a couple more hours in to see how I ended up liking it. I feel like it needs a little bit more time to cook for me. I don't feel like I've gotten quite at that point of the game yet where I'm completely hooked into it or not. So we'll give it some time, determine whether or not this is going to be something I stream, to the finish. But let's check it out. Switch on over there.
It's showtime.
And once we unmute it, there we go. Should be good to go. See how everything is looking here. Make sure nothing got disconnected while I was setting things up. Oh good, nothing did. Alright, so there's been a lot that's happened. We had some flashback past sequences. We had a prologue that was in the present day, and then some good chunk of the gameplay was in a flashback, and then now we're back to the present day. Our man here, whose name I'm struggling to remember. I want to call him Cedric, but that's not it. Anyway, this guy here, maybe if I pull up the menu, Clive, there you go. I knew it was a C name. He is ex-royalty, one would presume, used to be a shield for a dominant, and things went to hell in a handbasket at some point. Didn't end up working out so great for him. So he was placed on the Imperial front lines as a soldier. And he was supposed to get rid of an opposing force's dominant, which is basically just a summon. You can call them Eidolons, you can call them Aeons in previous games. Actually, they call them Icons in this one. And then dominant, I guess, is like the person that controls it. So that's how it would be. But anyway, he found out that the Icon from the opposing force was an old friend of his. So he decided to disobey orders, and then he got picked up by Sid, who I think we're going to go see. And the girl that he knew was rescued by them, and presumably is somewhere in here. I don't really know where they carted her off to, but let's find out what's going on.
Just working on a pet project of mine. Though she's not above biting the hand that feeds her. Alright. I was hoping we might try and solve the mystery of poor Clive Rossfield. A bearer of the Sambrequois Imperial Army sent behind enemy lines. With orders to wait until it turned into a brawl, then slit the dominant's throat in the chaos.
I didn't know it was her. How could it be?
And so, to save her neck, you slit your sergeants, then set your sights on the hills. Conveniently forgetting how the Empire deals with deserters. Because with that on your chop, my friend, we both know you won't be getting far. You've fallen a long way, Lord Rossfield.
He's got a deep voice. That he does. Cool voice, though. It is, in fact, Ralph Innocent. I think we determined that
I'll not have it said that I'm a poor host.
during the
What
last
do you
stream.
mean to do with her?
Do with her? Why, nothing. Her life is her own now. If I wanted to use her, do you think I'd be talking to you? All I want to do is help. Dominants like her, branded like you. Of course, the realm doesn't approve, which is why we live in a cave.
Could think of worse fates.
It's also why we need help. From branded who know one end of a sword from the other. What say you, Clive? Will you join us?
Sid, was it? I trust that you'll do right by Jill. But until my brother is avenged, I must walk my own path.
Avenged?
My brother was murdered by a second dominant of fire.
The Phoenix's evil twin. Oh, bugger me. Another rumor proven true.
I only stand here today because of Joshua. 13 years I've waited for this chance. I've slept in filth, drunk from a gutter, killed more men than I can count. You're right. The Empire will not suffer a deserter. This will be my best opportunity. My last.
Which is why you should join us.
I told you I'm not.
Interested, I know. One of my scouts sent word there's a group of branded fugitives north of here, in the Imperial village of Lostwing. Among them is one he believes to be a dominant of fire.
Is he certain?
What say we go and ask him?
This doesn't mean I'm joining you.
Still gonna drink that wine, though.
Let's make ready then.
Alrighty.
You'll find everything you need down in the main hall, as well as a few things you don't. Have fun.
Truth be told, I did play through some of this on my own time, because I was like, I'm gonna give it another look and see what happens at this point out. However, didn't make it terribly far. I probably played for maybe about an hour, but at this point they open up the game a little bit to let you do some side quests. There's only a couple to do around here, none of which are all that interesting. The only thing I think tidbit of information that you get is that Jill, I guess is her name, she is being tended to. But we've got a shop where we can procure some stuff, gear. There's a blacksmith where we can upgrade gear. There's this thing where we can practice fighting. And then the dog is back. I think he was being taken care of by the shopkeep over here. So that's kind of all that's been done. Not too much going on.
There's a good girl. Hungry, are you?
So at this point out, we can go ahead and exit, and this opens up the world map. I gotta be honest, I was kind of hoping that the map and the world would operate a little bit more similar to what we kind of saw with Final Fantasy VII Remake, where it was all just kind of like, not an open world per se, but there wasn't like a point where you had to open up a map like this and like fast travel between locations. I kind of would have preferred it. I mean, you think back to like Final Fantasy X. I mean, that's not necessarily there's going to be like an overworld or anything, which I guess at some point in Final Fantasy X you could unlock the ability to like fly around and fast travel across a map. But for the majority of the game, you're on a very particular path. Sometimes that path opens up a little bit and you can kind of travel around, but for the most part, you know, it doesn't feel. It feels. I guess I should say it feels more cohesive. It's the word I'm trying to come up with here. As opposed to being, like, broken up by segments.
Bastard blood flies everywhere.
I told you we should have taken the Crystal Road.
And I told you that we're outlaws. Well, you want every bounty hunter in Storm harrying us from here to the Holy Capital? Besides, what's wrong with a shortcut through nature's splendor?
The Deadlands claim more of the realm each day. But a place like this still exists is a miracle in itself. Bloodflies and all.
You'll be back in Imperial land soon. You all right?
Never better.
Sounds like it. That there is a fine hound. Soon took to hunting. Fearless as you like.
It's good to have you back, Torgal.
Now, we don't want to be caught in the forest after nightfall.
I suppose not.
All right. Fanning embers. A hero's best friend, Torgal has joined the party and will fight alongside Clive. So he's got several different actions we could choose from via the D-pad. Accessory known as Ring of Timely Assistance removes the need for giving Torgal commands. As items equipped, Torgal will attack and heal automatically based on the current situation. So, if you don't feel like dealing with it, basically. Sort of like some of the other rings. Just seems like it makes things a little bit easier for you if you prefer that.
Still be deadly beast. Nothing a trained assassin can't handle, though.
How reassuring.
You're welcome for that and his shortcut.
Yes, you can pet the dog. Walking around, though, I mean, there were parts where this kind of forest opened up, but this part was real linear. Just the fact that you had to, like, break into segments like you do.
Oh, maybe they're not.
Like you say, it feels a little bit more video gamey.
Stay down.
We still have a way to go.
Level it up.
What in good Grieger's name is he doing this far south?
Looking for food. No more wolves where he's from. The north was one of the first parts of Storm to fall to the Blight.
Poor sod. I'd invite him over for a cup of tea if I didn't think he'd eat the dog.
Bit of a worried look. Big lizard. Looks like an overgrown heel monster. Yeah, a little bit, especially with those like plated scales. No information on the monster, though. We have info on the Great Wood. A vast forest in the southwestern part of Sandbreck. Wildlife thrives here, but the delicately balanced ecosystem has been thrown into disarray in recent years by the encroachment of the Blight, and the beast driven before it. So dangerous has it become that travelers rarely venture here anymore.
Let's try and stay out of its path.
Stay out of its path,
Remember when I
but
said that the deadly beasts?
maybe not the path of these guys.
Parts are much better.
And you only think to mention this now.
That's enough. Who's that?
You can kind of tell when things are going to strike based on the icons I've noticed, so it's almost kind of like that spider sense or the Arkham Batman sense, but it's a little bit more of a stronger indicator, I think. So, well, actually, it gets muddled up in the UI quite a bit, I guess. I feel like in the Spider-Man games and the Arkham games, it's actually probably a little bit more deliberately clear.
After you.
Thank you kindly.
The ruins. They're everywhere, aren't they?
Some say there was a time they blocked out the stars. Down was the only way left for them to go. There's probably a lesson to be learned from that. But it can wait. Come on.
That's a pretty common trope.
Mind your head.
See if the lore thing has anything on it. The Fallen. An ancient yet highly advanced civilization whose relics can be found across the length and breadth of Valisthea. The material from which these relics are constructed is far sturdier than steel and cannot be worked by modern methods. So the people of the modern day have elected to build inside and around them instead. Yeah, in a lot of fantasy tropes, sometimes you have like, a fairly backwards by, conventional practices civilization. Things are basically medieval, but there was an ancient civilization whose technology vastly was superior to whatever the current day is like, so we've seen it before. Uh-oh.
A wyvern.
I can see that. Doesn't have to be a friend of yours, does it?
Too slow on that.
This time. Sick of Torgal. A little help. Too slow.
Ability finish. Going in for them style points. Got a Dragon Talon and Sharp Fang, both of which are used in crafting. Did a little bit of crafting. We didn't see it in the stream, but off stream when I was doing the side quests. Upgraded the sword a couple times.
Nice nearby. Keep your eyes open.
Some of the armor, I think I got a belt and some wrist guards or something like that. Nothing too fancy. I'm sure we'll unlock a couple things once we move along.
Well, it appears we won't be going this way. I'll admit I hadn't counted on that.
There's a giant monster that was kind of roving around the area, so...
What is it, boy?
Why trust your own animal instinct when you have an actual animal at your side? If you're lost, hold down the L3 and let Torgal point you in the right direction.
At least one of us knows these woods. Thank you, Torgal.
Well, they look not too happy. And for once, it's not my fault.
Stay down.
That Nazi Sid was over there.
This is stupid. I like wolves.
This is stupid. I got tagged by one of those plants.
That's enough.
Hey, I'm in the middle of doing like a fancy move.
We did what had to be done.
Doesn't mean I have to like it.
No. No, it doesn't.
Show me the way. Get that they're trying to show you the game mechanic, but there's honestly not a whole lot of variables. It's where you need to go. This looks like a big arena. Wonder what's gonna happen. Big arenas are for big bosses. You are correct.
Yeah.
You'd better hope so.
This shouldn't take too long.
So much for your shortcut.
What? Still short. Just not quite as quick.
I was gonna
But
say,
it'll be a damn sight
still kind of
quicker
short.
if you help me.
My thoughts exactly.
What's up, Taylor? How you doing? Devil May Cry. Final Devil May Cry fantasy. Yeah, okay. You been liking it, I take it? Oops. Interesting move. I do like the scale on some of the enemies. I was like fighting bigger things. That one gets me just because of that slight delay. Got your gripes, but it's a great game. I said it at the start of the stream, but I need a little bit more time to cook before I determine whatever I determine about this game.
Aye, aye. Someone's got the oak.
Well done, Torvald.
Where he stops, no one knows.
But last time I played it was a couple days ago on launch day. Gave it a try.
I doubt he'll do that.
I dodged that.
Not if we kill him.
And put a few hours into it, but very, very story heavy. Got a little taste of the gameplay. And we haven't been playing for not even half an hour, so not too much further from where I stopped. But hoping to get a few hours in today and then sort of hope I got a better feel for it. Dodged that one, but I didn't really have anywhere to go. Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's mostly what I'm worried about. I took a look at how long to beat, and just going off of the people that have beat it so far, it seems like it's about a 40-hour game, which I'm not exactly looking forward to. I mean, we've already done a fairly long game with The Last of Us 2. I put about, they're in about 30 hours into that one, so.
Much more of it.
And that's me going pretty damn slow.
Better already.
So I gotta figure it's gonna be a similar situation where I'm just going on the slower side when it comes to the stream, so it could end up being like a 50, 60 hour game if I end up doing it. I was waiting for it. I was trying to chip it away until I could get all its health out with, I was hoping 2 of the abilities, but managed to do it in 1.
Come on.
Stand back!
You're dominant.
That's what I figured when I first saw him.
I am. Aye. Well, not by choice,
Was
mind.
thinking Rama.
A bloody realm of strapping young lads. And it was this sorry sack of bones Ramu saw fit to home.
Or Ramu, excuse me. I guess I'm a little bit more casual about it.
Sid, you say you want to help dominants and bearers. Well, what's in it for you?
What's in it for me? The same as for all of us. What we want and deserve. Save for our knack, dominants and bearers are no different from anyone else. The ability to use magic or summon great beasts should command respect, but instead has left us outcasts. Our kind are used and discarded like tools, yet we are men, so why must we die as less?
I see. So what you're saying is you want to start a war.
You flatter me, lad. But my days as a firebrand are long behind me. No, I only wish to offer our kind a choice. A place where we can die on our own terms. Okay?
Well, go on, get to it. I love Ralph Ineson's voice, though. Also, we got a raid from Mr. Scoob. Oh my goodness, he's wrapping up his marathon.
Clive,
Scoob, thank you. I appreciate
what
it.
exactly do you plan on doing?
Well, you've
when you
been,
find this
how long you been streaming a day? You were going, when I had a brief moment this morning, I saw you streaming some Rogue Legacy 2. You were doing like a bunch of different games too. Well, I am flattered that you chose me
What do you
for a
think?
raid after that awesome marathon. Thank you, sir.
Shield my
Appreciate
brother.
that.
And cut out the tongue of any man.
Oh, I know. Thank you, Ikiri. I appreciate that. Thank you, Vale. Thank you guys for joining in. We're just kind of getting started with Final Fantasy 16. I'm sure I'm behind compared to a lot of different people. I was just talking to Daler here. He said he was 16 hours in. I'm more like 3 or 4 hours, if you even want to call it that. So, no major spoilers necessarily if you've been playing for a little bit, but I think, Ikiri, you might still be waiting on your copy.
Enough was it?
I stand in solidarity with you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Affiliate anniversary, I know. I saw they gave me that option. Boy, I think when it first launched, which was nice of them, but I didn't really see a reason to do it, so I waited like 3 years before I actually activated the affiliate thing. So I didn't even remember when that was. I guess it must have been around the summertime. I think eventually I just ended up wanting to do like some emotes or something like that, so that's kind of why it happened. But I appreciate it. Thank you guys. What's up, Zarin? How you doing? It was an upgrade though, right? Like, boys, Scoob sounds a lot better than usual. I'm just kidding. Scoob's got that charm, that want to call it Southern Charm, but I don't think he's quite south, is he? Anyway, thank you guys for joining in. I appreciate it. Thank you again, Scoob, for that raid. We're just kind of getting started here. Haven't been streaming this game for too long, so we're still kind of in it for the long haul. Just going to be doing Final Fantasy XVI today. I want to get a few more hours into this to kind of see if it's a game that I'm going to end up streaming full-time, but we'll come to that conclusion by the end of the stream, I think. So hopefully we get some good time in. Wasn't supposed to tell. Oops. Snake Charmer. Charming nonetheless. Dude, you're playing an assload of things. You're doing some Rogue Legacy. I think you're doing some Final Fantasy 16 as well, so you got in on this a little bit. You were playing something that I had no clue what it was. Like Hero School something. It had a lot of words in it, whatever that game was. What am I affiliate? I'm my own affiliate. Apparently nothing. I wasn't even aware that it was an affiliate anniversary until I saw the chat thing. I'm like, oh, okay. Cool. I'm gonna be streaming. That's how I celebrate. Hopefully make some decent progress with this game. Play till I beat it? Oh god, no. There's someone I follow who was streaming this, and I noticed on his stream title it said, stream is not ending until I beat the game. And I was thinking, God, it's a Final Fantasy game. Surely it's not going to be over in like 20 hours or anything like that. Like not even 24 hours. It's not going to be over in a day. And the dude's not ending the stream until he beats it. I'm like, And then, like, I don't know, I checked maybe 12 hours later, the dude's stream is over. So I checked to see what happened. And like during a cutscene, he sneakily, I saw him reach for the mouse on the computer and turned off the stream. I think he just got sleepy. Didn't want to commit. Which, I don't blame him, but it's a little false advertising on your stream title. Let's go take a look back here and see if there's any pickups or anything like that. See, but I don't make those kind of commitments right off the bat. That's not something I couldn't even fathom doing that. I'm sure this game is long. I was just talking about taking a look at how long to beat to see, people that have actually beat it already in the 3 days that it's been out, how long it's taken them. And, just going for story, it seems like the average is about 40 hours. So, that's a long time. It's not quite 2 days in a row, but, it's almost that. Alright, I don't think there's anything else. There is that. I wonder what that is. How do we get up there? Weak. Man can only stream so much, I think. Unless he was planning on, like, napping. I don't know. I guess some people I've talked to some people that have actually, stayed up for full 48 hours. What's the record? It's like 60-some, 70-some hours. It's a long-ass time. Still, I don't think anybody's going to be breaking the Guinness World Record on sleep deprivation while streaming on Twitch. I mean, I guess it could be somewhat of a motivator, but probably not something that'd be an everyday occurrence, I wouldn't think. I don't know how to get that item, unless there's like, we can unlock a double jump or something like that. For a stream, it was about 6 days. 6 days in a row. I wonder how they did that. I did notice that the guy that I was talking about that said that he was going to beat the game in one full sitting, he was taking breaks. He had like video packages or something set up. What's going on here?
Quiet.
No sleeping stream. Some girl playing DDR. Jesus.
The Royal Scout.
Someone's far from home.
Let's follow him.
She must have had a double. All right. Wait, I pulled it up. I did the old Google. In December 1963 and through January 1964, 17-year-old Gardner stayed awake for 11 days and 24 minutes. So a total of 264.4 hours. Breaking the previous record of 260 hours held by Tom Rounds. So there you go. That's a long time. Must have felt like shit after that. Still, playing DDR for 6 days, that doesn't sound like it'd be too pleasurable either. I don't know what this Gardner fellow was doing, though.
And?
They're just down that way. All of them. Grieger's my witness.
Excellent. We move.
I don't understand. Have I not proven loyal?
Shouldn't have said that. You're going to get a sword now. And not to keep.
It is true my liege values loyalty above all else. But were you not quick to betray your countrymen for the promise of coin?
See? At least she did it herself. Also, you thought no sleep was longer than that? Unless someone's keeping secrets. I haven't posted it on the internet yet. Seems like 264.4 hours is the record.
That woman.
Benedicta Harmon, commander of Walood's elite intelligences. If we can capture her...
You! Weapons on the ground, Imperials!
Ah, damn. Honestly, they weren't doing that great of a job hiding anyway. The ledge was like 10 feet up.
Let's get this over with then.
Oh, right, no battle.
Giant lizards.
Guinness record has Robert McDonald at 453 hours or 19 days. Really? I don't know why that's the first result that I pulled up. Unless that was like the first major instance. They're not telling me. Well, I remember reading about this Gardner fella, and apparently nothing really happened to him outside of he didn't know what happened like prior 3 days. I think he like slept for 3 days, so that was probably part of it. There's not being able to sleep nightly. Probably shouldn't have done it then. That's pretty shitty. I think I've stayed up for about 24 hours once, but I never felt the need to push myself to do any further than that, so that's my personal record. Alright, button mashing time. Looking kind of intense.
Behind you.
actually casting something. That was probably it. The gardener one was an actual study. Because he was monitored.
And now,
So, I mean, I know Guinness probably has someone watching him too, but it wasn't for like a medical science study. More than likely, anyway. Staggered out, not too much is going on. Like sometimes I feel the need to like shut up and concentrate, but you know, when there's not really anything happening, not much we need to do that. Oh, damn.
and now,
That's right.
Oof, lost it.
Not this time.
Going in for the double. Triple. My goodness. Fitting for a Midnight Raven. Also, they said Robert McDonald said it in 1986, and for now it will stand forever. As of 1997, they'll no longer monitor sleep deprivation records for health reasons. Like, yeah, last guy that did it, it didn't end up so great, so probably shouldn't do that anymore.
They thought we were Imperials.
Well, you do look the part.
Still wearing that armor.
Though you fight like a true shield of Rosaria. And one blessed by the Phoenix at that.
I say I've loved most of the music I've heard in this game. It's just
Speaking of
a
which,
damn shame they use synth
I
instruments.
wonder,
Really don't
does
like
the
that.
other icon of fire give blessings, do you think?
You don't believe me?
And lo, the Creator did make of the elements 8 icons to serve as keepers of the one law. Not that I've ever set too much store by holy doctrine, but on that point, it's clear. Fire has always had just the one warden, as of all the rest. A new one can't be born until the previous dies, and even that can take years. The thing is, you don't strike me as a liar. Which leaves but one person who might be able to shed some light on the matter. And they're in Lost Swing.
Got himself some coinage. He did 30-hour stream. I think I remember watching some of that.
We should hurry before it gets dark.
But what if someone discovers the bodies?
Well, and they'll be sorely disappointed.
There's not going to be any coin on him. Also, you were fine afterwards. Cocaine's a hell of a drug. Come on. Stage replay, arcade mode now available in Hideaway's Arete. I don't know. Enter the virtual battlescape for details on each of the new options. I'm good for right now. Also, classical instruments usually seem to last longer in your memory, like the Pokemon themes. Very good in that form. The composition's fine. I don't have a problem with the composition, but it's just the instrumentation. I wish they used an actual live orchestra as opposed to a synthetic one. Synth just sounds so cheap to me. Doesn't sound great.
So much for arriving before sunset.
I didn't realize we were this close. Any idea what that is they built the village around?
The fallen ruin. I've heard some call it an airship. Though its flying days seem to be behind it. It's a shame, that.
Wonder if we'll be coming back to that.
You truly think a dominant's waiting for us in that village?
My scout has never given me any reason to doubt him. Which is why I think we should hurry. Come on.
It's always a thing in a Final Fantasy game, usually towards the end of the game, but I think with the earlier games, it's sometimes a little bit skewed more towards the beginning. But once you're kind of at the last leg of the race, typically with more modern Final Fantasies, you tend to get an airship. City with an obelisk allows Clive to travel quickly to the location via both world map and local map. I was just about to bring up the point. Typically speaking, when you have an airship, it allows for fast travel. And not like usual, like instantaneous travel, but, a faster means of getting around the world map. However, given that there are obelisks now, that almost seems like there's no point to that particular gameplay mechanic of it. So I would assume if we do end up getting an airship at some point, that probably going to have some other use, maybe just through story. Also, the worst part of it, actually around 22 to 24 hours. The last 6 you perked up. I think playing games zombifies you, zones out. After about 10 hours in general, as much as you love it, still makes you tired. Tense long-term attention. Oh, I start zoning out. Usually if I end up staying too late while streaming, sometimes just the length of it gets me, like, zonked. And, I could go through the motions, but I can't really concentrate or hold up a conversation or anything like that. That seems to be the worst part. But I can still, play a game, depending on what it is. I might not be doing too bad either. I think if it was something like super action-based or something that required, like, precision timing, like maybe if I was doing, like, an Elder Scrolls or From Software Souls game, something like that, I might not do so great. But anything else, I could probably, find a way to struggle through. Of course, I've never stayed up for 30 hours before, so I've got no clue how that kind of affect what would work. Easy enough. Also, I just loaded up a save there. That's where I stopped after I finished playing off stream. So, what are we, about 50 minutes in? We've been kind of chatting through some of it, so. But I was on my own time. I was probably, not really paying attention all that much either, so. Probably about an hour.
Up ahead.
But are they
About as long as I
friends
played.
or foes?
Well, this guy's got a health bar.
Where do they all come from?
Also, you have to play like 5 or 6 different games just for 3 to 4 hours each. Definitely couldn't play one game.
Stay down.
Me with the mentality of it, I can't stick with a game for more than a few hours. Typically speaking. I've done it before. I've played a game for like 5-6 hours straight, but it happens a lot where I just get sick of playing something. And like doing it for usually about 3 hours is good. If I'm really digging a game, sometimes I can play it for like 6-7 hours, but that's rare.
What is it they want?
You're welcome to ask the next ones we meet. Let me know how it goes.
I don't even know who those guys were. I think about 6 to 8 hours straight is about your limit on one if you're totally feeling it. Yeah, about the same for me. And like you put it, you really got to be feeling it too.
The royalists.
Or anyone else for that matter. It's too bloody quiet. Even for this hour.
What do we do now?
First we look for my scouts. You start here, I'll circle round the back.
How do I let you know if I find him?
Good question. Shout?
Subtle.
So you go for like 4 max.
I don't even know what he looks like.
Who pet that dog?
The village can't be completely abandoned, can it?
I will say, usually if a game has a good story, that's typically what hooks me in a little bit more. Even if the gameplay is like kind of mediocre or, you know, atypical. But if there's a good story that could draw me in, that's something that I could play for a little bit longer. I'm thinking about like, what have I done that was like 5 or 6 hours per stream? And it's like, I think I did that with like one of the Last of Us games most recently. And then I've done that with like Red Dead Redemption 2.
I'm flattered, but let's stick to the plan, eh?
Usually it's not AAA heavily story stuff you play that long. It's like gameplay games, roguelikes, management, sims and stuff. See, you're the exact opposite of me. Like when you played Hades, could sink hours into those. Yeah, I think if there's like a plot that and I want to see how it develops, I could stick with the game for longer. But if it's something that's just pure gameplay, such as roguelikes or management type stuff, I tend to get burnt out on it after a few hours. If there's nothing additional that could draw me in, even if the gameplay is primo.
Sounds like a child.
It's just like one of the best games I've ever played. If it's strictly gameplay, you know, based, you know, I like to break it up a little bit more.
It's all right. I'm not one of them. My friend and I, we're with the Imperial Army, and we've come to help. Do you know where your parents are?
In the church.
Then I'm going to find them and make sure they're safe. Can you stay hidden here until then?
And stop crying.
To the
Or
church,
grindy
then.
shit like Monster Hunter Stories 2. Well, you got me there, actually. If I have a sense of purpose behind it, but I don't think I could stream it. I could play a grindy game and grind for probably about that length of time, but I don't think I'd be comfortable streaming it. Even just like 1 or 2 hours of grinding on stream, I feel guilty about. I'm like, this isn't the most entertaining thing. And I can't strike up a conversation with people all that long. Or people don't want to strike up a conversation with me. I get bored of it too. But yeah, I've definitely done that. You know, RPGs or... I've done like stuff like Monster Hunter, not like stories, but like Monster Hunter World, where I'm just like grinding for gems or whatever. Sunk some long gameplay times into stuff like that. The hell's going on in here?
This man's gonna die if we don't get into a healer.
Enough of your barking, dog!
About time.
Stand back.
It's a little overkill, don't you think, Sid?
Who the hell are you?
Clive!
Thought you weren't coming.
You still alive, Gav?
Barely.
Also, obviously, World of Warcraft was your worst ever. Sure, you did like 25 plus hour stretches. Good lord. Yeah, I never caught the MMO bug. I was going to say unfortunately, but that might be a fortunate thing. Also, you remember playing Pokemon on Game Boy until the batteries ran out? It must have been a few hours. Probably. That's probably a few hours. You put them in new.
Been doing what I can for the villagers, but...
I thought you were joking.
It's all right. He's with me. Is this everyone?
No, there were others. A pair of royalists came for the bearers just before you arrived.
Was a dominant among them?
Maybe. It's not like he was holding a sign.
Wasn't flexing his powers. Oops. No.
Everyone guess where he's going. Clive, after him.
Come on, use your fire warping shit. He doesn't want to do it. You could do it in battle anytime you want. Alright, Scoob, I appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Thanks for stopping by. Congrats on your additional marathon. Another notch to your cap. I'll have to go back and watch some of it, because I was sort of interested in a couple of the games you're playing, so.
Any word from the scouts?
Well, you have a good night.
Not yet, my lady, but we have the Dominant's companion. It's only a matter of time before we seize our quarry.
Very good. And what of the others?
The bearers have been taken to Caer Norvent.
Some may still be worth keeping should the Dominant elude us.
All is in hand, my lady. They will not be spoiled. I give you my word.
Gentlemen, a toast!
Will you join me? My thanks.
To Our Lady of the Wind. And the King!
Ugh. Imperials drink this piss?
Well, it would go some way to explain their breath.
Lady Benedicta! Imperials!
Let him get away. Should have used that warp.
Instead of killing them, you lead the rats straight to us.
Mercy!
Look what we have here, boys. An Imperial bearer. Good. I was getting bored.
1v1 me and Smash.
Boo.
It's got a wind element. The hell is that? Kind of heartbeat. I thought we were gonna be having
What is that thing?
one-on-one fight with her.
If this means what I think it does, then Sid has some explaining to do.
I'm always pressing dodge just like a second too late. What I have to get used to, too, with combat is the timing of the animations, because sometimes I'll get to a combat animation, and there's not really a good breakaway for it. Like, you can't do a dodge while you're doing, like, a heavy attack. I switched over.
my wounds, boy.
My wounds.
Not this time.
That's another problem too. Sometimes I'll dodge and then just the time in between when you're able to dodge again. If I mistime it, can't do 2 in a row.
Not this time. You know what to do, boy.
Wasn't even looking really at the health bar. Sort of surprised it ended like that. Oh, about to be disappointed. No level up. All right. Cleric's Medallion. Increase healing potency of potions by 20%. That's pretty good. Crafting items. All right.
You've got some fight in you, even for a branded.
Clive!
Look who's here to save the day. Is this how you recruit all of your charges?
Don't recall you complaining, Benedicta.
So, Sidolphus, remind me, why was it that you betrayed your kingdom? I asked you a question, Lord Commander.
Why? Because I'd had enough of you and your king's antics.
And yet here you are, stealing my branded. What are you plotting?
As if I'd tell you.
Lady Benedicta, we have secured the dominant.
Always something, isn't there?
And she's gone. Did she say where she was going?
No.
I don't think she would have
Head back
advertised.
to Lost Wing. One of the villagers may have heard something.
But we can't just...
Which is why I sent Gav. The man has a nose for these things. Trust me. So, it wasn't about bearers at all. They were looking for a dominant.
Yeah, that's right. Thought we were hiding the bastard. Like any of us would keep a monster like that under our roof. Oh, no offence.
When no one talked, they started rounding up everyone with a brand. And then everyone without one and all.
And locked you in the cellar, hoping sooner or later someone would break. You know, things might have been different if you'd accepted my invitation.
Oh, don't remind us. We were all saying the same thing.
Well, this is our home, innit? Don't mean we won't out when we can, though.
And that, I'll drink to.
These people are so British.
Oh, come hear the tale of Lord Dion the Bold.
It's gross.
Whose tamed worms
I'm just kidding.
1,000 unslain the tenfold. 100 full legions the young dragoon led, and watched as 1,000,000 foes turned tail and fled. His lance levels mountains, its as the deep. The skies over storm brace for
Let the bard sing. Revenge won't bring him back. It won't.
his name will live on.
13 years ago, I watched a dominant kill my brother right in front of me, and I did nothing. But now I can. I can kill the son of a bitch and bring peace to my brother's soul. After that, whatever happens, happens.
Fate. You're content to be its slave, then?
Cut down on the lip smacks, I think. Not my choice, though. I'm not
His
the sound
radiance
engineer.
would have us believe the Imperial host invincible. Yet here we find the Empire's cornerstone teetering on the backs of a handful of cowards and cutthroats. While Bahamut may lead 100 full legions, could it be that the young prince defends a house of cards ready to topple at the slightest breeze? Tell me something. Why do you not resist? Within you lies the power to slay gods. The phoenix perished in your flames. Yet you do not fight. You do not flee. You refuse your gift. Perhaps you are distracted. My offer still stands. Join us and you will be treated with the respect one of our kind deserves.
Lord Margrace, don't!
I'll give you a moment to consider your options.
Not gonna wipe that off first.
Do be gentle with them.
Putting a bloodied sword back in a scabbard, it's not that great.
Clive. Wake up. Gav's back.
Canovant.
One of the Empire's outlying strongholds, though apparently not strong enough to keep out the Royalists. The captured bearers are inside. I'm sure of it.
If Benedicta's orders are to stay in the shadows, she won't be traveling with many men. Meaning, she'll be keeping her prisoners together and close by.
Including the Dominant.
So, we find a way into the fortress and conjure a bit of chaos.
Chaos, you say?
What about me?
Excellent question, Gav. You will wait outside the care and guide those I free to safety.
And miss all the fun. Why can't he do that?
Clive doesn't have your nose. He'd stumble off a cliff before he even found the men. Come on, Gav. You're the best man for the job.
Well, when you put it that way.
Suppose I better scout ahead for any surprises. Don't you let him down.
I won't. All right. Shall we?
Not so fast. We wait until tomorrow.
But he's right there.
And if we leave now, we'll arrive just as the sun comes up. Maybe join the guards in breaking their fast. Come on, Clive. They only just took the place. They'll be there a while yet. We've got one chance at this. You don't want to waste it, do you?
No.
Alright. Back to the gameplay. The Dead of Night. As the story progresses, new weapons and items become available at Hideaway's trading post, Sharon's Toll, as will new forging recipes at the Black Hammer.
Now that's settled. There's someone I want you to meet.
At this hour?
He's the owner of the tavern, and our best hope of getting a decent night's kip.
Fair enough. Alright, we're only about an hour in, but give me a sec. I am going to take a quick BRB, but we'll be back before you know it, so one moment. Alright. Back to it. Let me take a look at the abilities. I want to make sure I'm keeping on top of these, if I have the points to spend on them. Looks like there's a couple things, like you need to unlock it first, learn it, and then you need to master it after the fact. So, I don't know. There was a small tutorial on this, but it's been a couple days since I read it, so I'm not exactly sure what it said. One that we had was, oh yeah, the hold the square button. I forgot about that. Also have use X and square to swiftly close in and attack a distant enemy. Why don't I just, instead of like mastering these, why don't I just put the initial points in to, I guess, learn it. I don't know if that means it's unlocks it as an ability, because I at least want to get used to having the ability unlocked, if that's the case. And then if mastering it means I do extra damage or something like that, if I find that there's one that I use a little bit more frequently than others, I will go ahead and do it. But looks like there's a few that's X and square based. Use X while in the air to kick off a nearby enemy, increasing jump height and duration. That'd be handy. Hold triangle to increase potency of magic spell. Use triangle immediately after landing a melee attack to deliver close range magic bursts. I think we could manage with these, yeah. Also, thank you. This is the innkeep.
You haven't much, but you're free to look.
Unupgraded longsword. Let's see, iron bracers versus these travelers bands. I've actually got a decent amount of gil.
Ah, yes.
Oh, yes. Valley Matter. Used in crafting. I've noticed that the meteorite tends to get used a bit. Can't increase quantities. That sucks.
I hope it's to your liking.
Oh, he only had one.
Ah, yes. I trust it's all here.
Idols of Empire Orchestrion Roll. I guess it's a new song. 40,000 gil, Jesus. Must be a hell of a song.
I hope it's to your liking. Ah, yes.
You don't need to comment after every purchase I make. Ah, there's Quentin.
Quentin, my good man. It seems we'll be spending the night.
I thought as much. Where do you find that one?
What, him? You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
On the
Quentin
battlefield.
here is an old friend, one who is sympathetic to our cause.
Sympathetic. And he knows about your little sanctuary. I would never have guessed so many people were bent on setting us free. When last I checked, the mere thought would earn you a trip to the gallows.
I am well aware of the risks, as I am of the rewards.
And what could be more rewarding than your very own dominant of fire?
A dominant? Here? Now that I would like to see.
Meaning you haven't?
No, but nothing passes unnoticed in Lost Wing. Take your brand, for example.
It is on his face.
People will see that at once. And I need hardly tell you how they will greet the inquiries of a bearer. You are afraid your words will fall on deaf ears, as they have ever since the moment you were marked.
Damn, he's got me.
Happily, I can provide a solution to your dilemma. As a favor to Sid, that is.
Tattoo removal?
Take this. You will find it has the uncanny power to loosen tongues.
Oh. The Hanged Man.
May the mothers guide you.
We're dealing with tarot now?
This might be Imperial land, but here in Lost Wing, it's his word that's law.
But how?
You don't need to worry about that just yet. Trust me. Everyone in Lost Wing knows what that seal means, and what it means if they don't take note. Now we can sit here counting our blessings, or put them to good use and find that dominance. Your choice.
Let's see if this thing really works.
Maybe it's a stand. Could be. Might give us some additional abilities at the very least. Go. Oh. I thought that was an item over there. That's just one of them fast travel things. I think we've taken a look at pretty much all the rest of the stuff around here, so... Unless something's opened up in the meantime, I don't think there's really any sense in doing any sort of exploration. But sure, let's just go to where the markers are.
Ah, Master Quinton took a liking to you, I see. And there I was, thinking you were in bed with Sid. Wonder what Gav will have to say about this. Speaking of whom, if you see him, tell him thanks for looking after us. Now, what can I help you with?
I'm searching for a dominant of fire. Gav seems to think he might have taken refuge here.
We see a lot bearers around these parts. But I do seem to recall one who commanded the flame. Now, whether or not that makes him a dominant, I can't say. But the Waluders certainly took a keen interest in the poor sod.
Did you get a look at him?
Didn't have a chance. One of the other bearers might have done.
Thank you.
Useless. Yeah, I guess if they don't get too many fire users. What do they call them? Bearers? Bearers are the ones that can use magic.
That a hanged man, I see. Master Quentin must think you're important.
Hanged?
It was a good thing you done today, getting rid of those bastards. If you hadn't come when you did, I'd be on my way to Ash by now, along with the others. Poor buggers.
These others, was there a dominant among them? A dominant of fire?
Might have been, yeah. Royalists seem to think there was, anyhow. A thin bloke all swallowed up in his robes like one of great Grieger's churchmen.
Do you recall anything else about him?
Only that he weren't alone. Was a young maid who went wherever he did, including the church, and wherever the Royalists dragged them both off to before you got here.
I see. Thank you. I wonder if Sid's found anything.
Maybe. We've only talked to 2 people, but... he might have a way of getting around a lot quicker than we do. Maybe he's just a lot more persuasive. That's probably it.
Tell me that scowl means you've got good news. So, A shady lad with a hood and his equally shady lass. Not much to go on, but...
But...
I've been thinking, if our friend is a dominant, why not just burn the royalists to a crisp? There's a reason he's holding back, and I reckon it has something to do with his partner.
What makes you say that?
One of the villagers I talked to said the two were separated. If the Waluders have her, our dominants like to think twice before starting any fires. Whoever he is, he's shown himself to have a level head. He's careful, cunning, and he doesn't want to be found. This could spell trouble. For us and the Royalists both. Still, it'll be a whole lot worse if we set off after them with bleary eyes and empty bellies. There should be a pair of pallets waiting for us back at the inn. Shall we?
Sleeping on those, or we shipping off some goods?
Now, about those beds.
Beds? I seem to recall your request being to spend the night. And for that, the floor will more than suffice.
Better than a wet rock, I suppose. My thanks, Quentin. Next time you're at the hideaway, our floor's all yours.
No need for thanks, Sid. This isn't an act of charity.
You don't say.
In exchange for my floor, I shall be requiring your services.
Didn't we save this guy?
The Royalists saw fit to erect a barricade across the road south when they occupied the village, and failed to remove it when they left. I expect it to be gone before you leave.
As you wish.
Figured that'd be recompense enough. Freedom from the cellar, but guess not. The following evening.
Well, that took longer than expected. First time dismantling the barricade? It gets easier, don't worry.
I won't.
If we leave now, we'll arrive at the care when the shadows are at their deepest. Unless you'd rather wait.
No more waiting. The road south, then? Unless...
I know of another shortcut. You should be so lucky.
Maybe so. Alright, let's do a little save. Every once in a while, this game feels like it's chugging a bit. For the most part, I noticed it last time, but we were talking about how they do the cutscenes in 30 frames per second, and then there's a remarkable difference when you get into the actual gameplay. Gameplay looks very, very smooth in some instances. Sometimes the more heavily scripted areas look like they're running at 120 frames, which is kind of impressive. But sometimes, I guess, maybe it depends on the characters around.
Care that have posted sentries to prevent any unwelcome surprises. At least I would have.
Well, you should know.
Might have to do with the foliage, might have to do with the NPCs in the area, but sometimes it seems like it's a little slow. Nothing nearly as bad as we were seeing with Jedi Survivor. That game was a bit of a nightmare, but it ain't that great in some spots. Sid letting loose. Getting all that magic out. That reminds me of Devil May Cry. When you start running and you run for a decent amount of time and then he just goes into like a sprint mode.
I had no intention of holding it. The king is up to something.
The king?
Well, you don't think they're acting on a whim, do you? This is one of His Majesty's cunning stunts, and he sent his best to execute it.
Cunning stunts, you say? What's this? A chest out in the open. And I stumbled over the word chest. Surprised I was able to say cunning stunts.
Just as our lady said.
That's enough.
That's enough. Stay down there.
It's over.
Interrupted my warp.
Not this time.
They're always cutting me off.
Toggle. Stay down.
I'll tell your lady you tried.
Don't think we could cross the water. No. And it interrupted my sprint. Three sharp fangs.
Normans. Hard nut to crack even when it isn't crawling with royalists.
I don't care who else is in there.
I might be thinking about this because we're fighting plants enemies with a bunch of foliage around, but sometimes it feels like it's a little hard to concentrate on some of the enemies. There's a lot going on. When you play something like a Devil May Cry or another, character action game, there's always a clear-cut distinction between the enemies and the terrain. And sometimes with this game, it feels like it's a little bit hard to distinguish.
Much as I enjoy battering down the front door, I hazard this endeavour will require a bit more tact.
There's an old sluice that empties under the bridge. It should see us through to the lower levels of the care. Sid. We both know why I'm here. But what is it that you want?
It's like the third time you've asked that.
For a handful of outcasts. If anyone ever learned what you've been doing with their property...
They'd have my head in a box. But this isn't just about dominance and bearers, it's about all of us. What I want is to build a place where it doesn't matter what you are, but who you are.
Some kind of outer heaven.
But our world isn't ready for a place like that. So, until it is, I use the power I've been given to show people there is hope.
Boy, they got every corner covered. Guys are just standing around, overlapped.
Tell me about this, Benedicta.
The best and worst decision I ever made. Don't underestimate her, Clive. A fight with her icon is not one you're likely to walk away from.
Garuda. Warden of the Wind.
Hey.
That's an odd one. You don't see the Garuda summon all that often. But I can't think of too many wind ones. There's the one from Final Fantasy IX that looks like a giant head. It might be called Typhon or Typhoon. Let's get to it.
The land has fallen. The Eastern Territories all but belong to the orcs.
I'll have my men ready to depart by noon.
Don't bother.
But what of the mines? Without adamantite...
The blight would have engulfed the mines ere long. Besides, you already have your orders.
Yes, my liege.
The dark swallows more of the realm with each passing day. The land starved of the ether that gives it life. And as the fringes fade, the people flock to the mother crystals, desperate for their blessing. The war we wage for possession of that blessing, it breaks us from within, hastening us to our own destruction.
And so you do what must be done.
I unite the dominants, that we may bring an end to the strife, and found a new order to see us unto tomorrow. The world must be restored, and I will see it so.
You might have already had Sidolphus not betrayed us.
Him again. Lust you still for his embrace?
But... of course not. My liege. I serve you, and you alone.
I remember well the day you first entered these halls. Your pale hand pressed into his, as if it would never let go.
That was a long time ago. Yours is the only hand I need. Now and always.
Soon, my dear. Soon all will know whose hand it is that keeps them from falling into the darkness.
Hold me, my liege. Never let me go.
One big tease. I forgot to see
One
anything
of our
more than
sentries has
side boob.
failed to report, my lady. Your orders?
Pull the men back inside the care, Geralf.
He is here, then.
Have them lead Sid and his little pet to the chapel. I shall entertain them there. So you've come for me after all.
Also, I had to look it up because I was curious. I had the name right and the summon right, but I had the game wrong. Typhon is from Final Fantasy VII, and he is, in fact, wind-based. But
all clear.
He's a little ugly. I guess Gerudo is probably the better choice. But the one I was thinking of, that was the giant head, was Atamos from Final Fantasy IX. I think that's more of a gravity-based summon, but, you know, it, like, inhales things.
That's a nice trick. You'll have to teach me sometime.
So, you could kind of count it as wind, maybe, but I suppose if it's a gravitational pull and not a wind-based, well, there you go.
We should start with the dungeons. They may be holding the bearers there.
Sound plan. As long as we keep ourselves on this side of the bars.
In here. They're all empty.
Nothing but rats.
You gonna give up?
Sid. This gate.
Need some help. that I'm doing most
haptic
of the
feedback
lifting.
controls.
At your leisure, Clive.
Gotta let the dog in. Can't not let the dog in. There's treasures and stuff like that. I've still got an eye for Last of Us Part 2 pickups.
You hear that? Unfortunately.
Treasures in this game are a little bit more identifiable since they glow light blue.
Good news, lad.
Your search is over.
Get him, boy! Get them all you got, boy! Stay down! Lose!
So, where to next?
I was wondering what that noise was. I thought it was like some weird kind of growling, but it was just a wooden chair.
This door only leads to more royalists. We'd better find another one.
Well, I don't know that you have too many options. We could take out the fire. Maybe we could climb the chimney.
How about a window?
Bloody show off. Well, we found the Imperial garrison. Right where the Royalists left them.
Damn it. They're everywhere.
You know what to do, boy! Too slow. There, boy!
Enemies approach.
Not this time. It's over.
The crap out of them.
That's enough. Stay down. It's over.
Oops. Trying to concentrate on the mages too. No, stop locking on him.
Sick up, Torgal.
Could have gone better. Need to find if there's a better way to switch your lock-ons. It seems like, I don't know, the only way I could do it on the fly is like unlock and then look at someone else and then lock on. Yeah, sure, why not? Yeah, it's kind of like a tap on and off thing. I guess it's not the worst thing in the world, but I'm just used to, you know, being able to manipulate a lock on a little bit quicker than that.
That's enough.
Got some supplies, not bad. These guys look like they might be a little bit beefy.
Stay down. It's over.
Gotta look at the UI a little bit more, especially when you have these guys that are firing bolts at you.
Stay down.
Kick him in the balls. Alright. You know what? I was worried about this because I saw the staircase leading up here when we first entered this area. We just wrapped it back around to where we dropped out of the window. But I saw the staircase up there, and I'm like, I'm wondering if I should go back and see if there's like something extra up there. But there was a gate, it was probably locked. So we just wrapped back around. Got a little experience, found a treasure chest, some items, that kind of stuff. So, good deal. Looks like the main part of the area is going to be over here, though. Who the hell are you?
Oh, I'm not staying.
That says Royal Toggenwalder.
Not this time.
It's like that Midnight Raven that we fought earlier.
Too slow.
Too slow, but it was an elongated attack.
Get him.
Ugh. Two-part combo. So I guess he wields two types of magic. I was kind of wondering about that. It seems like most people just tend to stick with one. I guess if you're especially talented, maybe you can do multiple.
Get him, boy.
I think he was jumping off the castle for a second. Oh.
Sick of Toggle. There, boy.
Get that boosted damage. A little bit of a pain.
Never were one for half measures, were you, Benedictor? These poor sods didn't know what hit them.
Actually, I don't know what that is, but we did get some gear last time that benefited potions. So let's take a look at that. Magic Might increases attack by 7. I'm going to forego the rings since they gave me those right off the bat. Favor of Fire, increased Scarlet Cyclone damage by 8%. Alright, sounds nice. What's this one? Increased defense by 10? Defense by 10 or attack by 7? I guess we'll stick with the defense. Don't suppose I can pick maybe we'll unlock, I guess it's part of this, yeah? Additional abilities. What is this? Oh, that requires a lot more experience points than I've got on hand currently. I'm not gonna bother mastering any of them right now. I'll worry about it later. It seems like I can actually still perform them, so I need to look at the details. But I don't know, maybe mastering it like I theorized before will allow you to do a little bit more damage or something. Attacking an opponent from the front while it is guarding will deal no damage. Circle the rear, penetrate its defenses. Certain basic attacks such as Burning Blade and Charge Magic, as well as iconic abilities such as Phoenix's Rising Flames, can instantly break an opponent's guard, even when delivered from the front.
We have them!
Seems they were expecting us.
You don't say.
Yeah! It's over!
Too slow.
Stay down!
This wasn't done yet. Got dogs.
That's enough.
Two enemies still, huh?
My wounds, boy.
These green things. I thought the green things were health, actually. I figured that the item pickups would be blue, just like everything else. No, you don't. None of that magic here. Oh. Sometimes the endings of the battles are so abrupt. I think the only treasure lying around was something I picked up during the course of the battle, so they don't shine like they usually do when the battle's going on.
The only way is through the chapel.
Then Great Grieger must have plans for us.
Gonna do a little praying beforehand. 10 bloody hides. Sounds like an insult.
What the hell happened here? Little late for prayer, isn't it?
Do I seem so desperate as to grovel at the feet of a false god? I was waiting for you.
Not for too long, I hope. All this for a midnight chat. Well, let's chat then. Where are the men and women you took from Lost Wing?
You mean where's the dominant? Waleed shall be requiring his services indefinitely. Come back to me, Sidolphus. I need you. Think of all the things we can create together. The world that we can build.
You need me? Your king needs me. I'm all for building a new world. Just not his. That bastard's dreams are as twisted as his promises are false. And I want no part of them.
King Barnabas saved you, and this is how you speak of him. Have you no shred of loyalty?
What? To a leader who'd use me? Like he uses you.
You know nothing of me, Sidolphus.
You're right. I don't know who you are anymore. Or what you want. I only know what you used to say. That you were tired of running. That you just wanted to be free. Free of it all. You weren't lying to me then, so what changed? What made you think you had to sacrifice who you were to get what you wanted?
Sacrifice. I use my talents to my advantage, and you would tell me there is shame in that?
If there's no shame, then why do you feel so sorry for yourself?
A rousing speech, Lord Commander. I was a fool to believe you might have changed. The only person I feel sorry for is you! I can't do this anymore.
An emotional breakdown. Sounds like she's projecting also.
If you would stand between our leash and his dream, then you leave me no choice. Goodbye, Sidolphus.
Excuse you.
Stand back, Clive.
I don't know, flying types are weak to lightning. You'd think having lightning abilities would be super quick. Boy.
Finish them.
More of these things, huh?
Well, Sid. At least it's not 3 against 1.
Get out of the way of that real quick.
Sick of Toggle. Get him, boy. Over here. Too slow. Sick of.
I sure hope one doesn't heal the other. Give me a lot of time for those too. I figured that they were a little on the slower side when they first showed them off, just for tutorial purposes, but a decent amount of time to react to a one-button prompt. Too late on that.
You know what to do, boy. Get him, boy.
She doesn't look happy, Torgal. Come on.
Sparta. This is the more magic-based one.
Sick of Torgal.
Although she seems to be getting into the physicality. Just a bit.
There's a good boy. Get him. Not this time. My wounds, boy. Torgal. This time. You know what to do, boy. Get him. Sick of Torgal. Give them all you've got, boy. Too slow. There, boy. This time. There, boy. Too slow. A little help.
Okay. That wasn't terrible. Not too bad. Got a little close at the end there, but still had plenty of potions. I was trying not to heal basically at all. Let's see. Crafting material, crafting material. Another crafting material. Alright. Better be crafting something good.
Sid, are you all right?
Do I look all right? Benedicta will be on her way to collect the Dominant, if she hasn't already. You can't afford to let them leave. Remember, she has wings, you don't.
What about you?
Before or after I catch my breath?
Sorry. Come on, Torgal.
Well, at least he's kind of still alive. Since they're going for that discount Game of Thrones storytelling, I get the feeling like they're going to be a little bit liberal with character deaths, so I don't know who's going to end up going first outside of, you know, the ones that we've already seen, but you never know, this could be a revolving party. Alright, meteorite. Thing cost me 1,000 gil when I bought it from the shop.
She must be here somewhere.
Favor of fire heat wave. What could that be? Heat wave damage. I actually don't even remember if that's one of the ones I have. No, I got Rising Flames and then the Scarlet Cyclone. So the Scarlet Cyclone is the one that we have equipped, but I don't got anything by the name of Heat Wave. I guess it's this guy right here. We can unlock it. Can't master it yet. Summon a projectile dispelling wall of liquid flame before launching several deadly shockwaves. Wave force is amplified upon dispelling magic. Alright. Seems like it works better as a counter, though. But I guess nice to have the option available to us. Haven't dealt with too many magic users just yet, so maybe if we're going to be dealing with a boss or something that has a lot of long-range projectiles, we could look into it. Some opponents will cast Cure to heal their allies, defeat the spellcasters to prevent drawn-out battles. That's what I was looking for. I saw a magic caster in my sights, but I wasn't sure which one it was.
That's enough.
Well, that wasn't drawn out at all. I think we accomplished our mission. Check and see if there's any other doors that we could get into. I don't think so. While I'm checking that, let me check something off stream real quick. Do a little ad snooze. Alright. Can't break that down, gotta go around if we want that item.
Running out of tower.
I was gonna say run out of time. It's probably run out of time too, but
How lady wants us gone before sunrise?
This might take a while.
I saw him too.
Get him, boy! It's over.
Excuse me. Move, dog, please. Ah, there we go. Nice. So we're out of potion space, too. Well, best to use it. Still down on health a little bit. Oops.
Stay down.
Hit him with a trifold of attacks. healer. A little hard to distinguish. I gotta say, that's one thing that kind of don't like with the combat. One, it's a little hard to see. Two, some of the enemy types look a little similar to other ones.
There's a good boy. My wounds, boy. It's over.
Some of the smaller guys. Oh yeah, let's fight on the table. Nice. Those swashbuckling hours.
Stay down.
She better not have flown away.
I'm not sure if this is the way we're supposed to go or what. Sure was an assload of people there. Okay. Big old staircase here. Hold on. Let's go back here, because it seemed like there was a little bit going on back this way. It's just an item, but I will take it. See, because of the stairs I saw over there, I figured that that was going to go a little bit further up. But we have to go to the big room. Big guy?
It's over. You know what to do, boy. Over here.
Shit. That's a lot of damage, too.
Too slow. Get him.
Could have done a little more. Ugh. Every time I try to dodge that move, I end up dodging like into it. I get the dodge,
Not this time.
like precision dodge bonus, but I get hit by the rest of that flame of wall of flame. Excuse me.
You know what to do, boy. Toggle. My wounds, boy.
You didn't expect that, huh? The green tower. I'm not seeing a color difference. Guys just hanging out up here. What's going on?
Stay down.
Just watch his friend get killed. Do something.
Finally.
I mean, that was quite a bit of tower to go through. Karen doesn't look it on the outside, but it's got some height to it. This seems like an arena.
I confess I expected more from the old man. And less from you. This is the second time you've bested my sisters. Men of your talents are rare indeed. Why cast your lot with such undesirables? If it is the hearth you long for, you will find more than enough warmth under my wings.
Is that a
know exactly what I want.
euphemism?
Hand over the dominant, and I'll leave you in peace.
You would dare to make demands of me. Know your place, little lamb. Fool is the shepherd who heeds every bleat of the flock. And I will suffer yours no longer. Must I spell it out for you, Branded? No one is listening. No one at all! Ah! Come, little lamb, to the slaughter with you.
Hold up. We'll get back to that in a second. Actually, she's using those magic deals, so I wonder if this would be a good opportunity to use one of those different attacks. Got the rising flames, but I can do this heat wave deal. Oh, can't change it in combat? Oh, it's lame.
Not this time.
Had I known what we were dealing with.
You know what to do. Not this time. Sicko, Torgal. A little help. This time.
Haven't had enough this time. Oh, that was the other thing we noticed last time, too. For whatever reason, they seem to be using synth instruments here, but, like, the chorus sounds live. I guess you could probably fake a chorus a little bit easier than instrumentation. Although, like I said, I have heard synthetic instruments that actually sound pretty damn good. So, I don't know what the hell's going on. But the chorus sounds great.
Where is he? I won't ask again.
You pay for that!
She was halfway down with her health. Music is all like hopeful. I'm getting my ass beat.
Dodge this.
This ain't the Matrix, lady.
Fucking done! Cry all you like. There's no one to save you now.
I ain't crying. You're crying. Her health regenerated. Son of a bitch. multi-hit attack.
Not this time.
Better already.
Sorry. Can't help it. Alright, finally got that stagger in.
Time to join your pet.
Alright, seems a little extreme, but sure.
I'll bury it together.
She was gonna craft like a giant fist out of castle.
And stay down.
Still here, idiot.
Don't touch me. Nothing.
Yeah, I was a little worried about that.
Not this time. Too slow. Here. Here.
What the hell? I think I dodged that.
Not this time.
Casting that a little close, huh?
Not this time.
Alright, not that great. I couldn't get the other attack in.
Shit!
I don't know if that was scripted or what.
Bad luck.
That looks like it would hurt. It's fun. Reminds me of the first God of War reboot. Little combo. Atreus and Kratos.
I'll kill you! I'll kill you both!
Bit of delay on that one. What the hell?
Not this time. You know what to do, boy.
Slightly different one.
My wounds, boy.
Oops.
Not this time. Toggle. My wounds, boy. Toggle. Too slow. This time.
Oh, that one again. Which is awful quick. But just with that particular move.
Get him.
Damn. That was one hit away from that being an ability finish. She didn't mess around. That was a long, long fight. Will of the Fire, Rising Flames. Alright. So this is the one I usually have set to square, a special ability square on button. So that will probably be coming in handy. So crafting materials.
You are but a branded. How?
You.
How did you do it? How did you even survive? How?
The answer is simple, Benedicta. He was fighting for something he believed in.
Shut up! Why aren't you dead?
We've played your games. Now tell me where he is.
Who? What are you?
Is this affecting us somehow, or are we taking that wind power?
Why?
Give me that summon.
Clive!
The hell could be exploding?
Enough of this.
Ah,
What?
got stolen. Strain yourself too hard.
She's gone.
What's happening?
Give her back.
No.
Give her back. Give her back.
My lady.
I claim the rights.
Where is she? Where is Garuda? What have you done to me? What have you done?
Look at me, my lady. We need you here.
She's decent with a sword.
What the hell is going on?
She could default to, I don't know, foot soldier.
Her power, you took it from her. How'd you do that?
It's a ancient Chinese secret.
Fuck me. I hope the bear has found a way out. Clive, this place is ready to collapse, and I'd rather not be here when it does. If your dominant started this fire, and I'm betting he did, he'll be long gone.
Damn it all.
Yeah, I guess that would explain it. I was wondering why things were exploding. Presence I've not felt since.
I created a diversion as commanded, Your Grace. The villagers escaped in the confusion. As should we.
Yes.
If that's old Joshua. Thank God he sounds a little older. Hey, the place didn't collapse. Still standing up.
Oh, look. Morning has broken.
Apparently the castle has too.
Here come the cavalry, itching to butcher the bastards who made them miss their morning gruel. Come on. If they catch us leaving a burning care, people might jump to conclusions.
Right.
So, what, are we killing them, or gonna try and sneak past them? Clive's claimed a portion of the icon Garuda's essence. Tuning with Garuda not only changes the elemental aspect of Clive's magical spells, but also allows access to several new iconic abilities such as Gouge, deadly flurry of talons that can tear into an opponent for multiple hits. Yeah, I think we saw that one during that last battle. Ability details can be found on the Abilities tab in the main menu. Also, Garuda Feat. Garuda's iconic feat, Deadly Embrace, can be used to draw smaller, lighter enemies toward Clive. The action can also topple larger enemies and become partially staggered when their will gauge reaches 50%. Toppling an enemy in this maneuver can deal significant damage. Interesting. There's L2 to cycle between currently attuned icons in real time, allowing for a more varied assault. Ability cooldown. Cooldown times for iconic abilities are displayed around the corresponding icon in the ability widget. Don't hear that word too often these days. Ability availability for all attuned icons can be confirmed via the colored dots on the widget's right.
Benedicta said you've taken her power. You don't still have it, do you?
I think I do. I can feel it. It's inside me, along with the flames.
Well, are you not keen to try it out? What could possibly go wrong?
You there! What's the moment?
Like Nero's hand, grab enemies a little bit closer to you instead of dodging towards them. Although even though we switched to Garuda's power, he still has the flame elements. We have to change that in the ability thing. But his triangle abilities, they seem to be the same. Get over here. Well, if we're just straight up fighting people, I might as well go back and fight these losers over here.
They've come from the camp of the Empire. Sick of Torgal. Who's that? That's enough.
The thing I like about the flame power ability, though, is that when you dodge to them, you could hit the regular attack and then do that downed man attack where you do a little bit more damage. Kick him in the balls, do some downward strikes. It's telling me to head north, but it looks like there's something over here. Valley Matter. Maybe we could head north even if we continue on this way, or maybe not. There's a gate. I don't know what Valley Matter is. It's probably some sort of crafting material of some sort. We'll pick up what we can. Might be able to make something decent.
The bridge is closed.
No holding back.
Turn back. Watch the dungeons begin.
That's enough.
Get him, boy.
My wounds, boy.
Guess the circle ability doesn't do jack shit when you have something that's a little bit on the bigger side, at least for right now.
You know what to do, boy.
Oh, interesting. battle arena is a little bit smaller. Or, well, actually, we just get to see a enclosed portion of it. Probably not smaller, but because of the area, it's a little bit more open. Alright. Looks like the fire ability might be bigger damage dealer. Well, it's probably in part because of the accessories. I don't even know if that's what it is. The accessory that I'm wearing that upgrades one of those abilities.
Get him! Not this time. Too slow. Sick of Toggle.
Really hoping that stagger gauge would run out by the time I got over there.
You know what to do, boy.
A gill bug. Oh, I think you sell those worth a decent amount, like 1,000 gil or something.
Oh, it's only me.
Damn it, Gav. Are you trying to get yourself killed?
It's not me who's been playing with fire. Don't do things by halves, do you? This way. So if it wasn't you or him who freed the bearers, who was it?
Good question. Someone who didn't have their hands full fighting a bloody harpy, I guess. But what matters is they're safe. Something they wouldn't be had it not been for you, Gav.
Just doing my job, like. So, what about his dominant?
Gone. And after we were so close.
Well, I can track him.
Why would you?
Sid told us about your family. Lost me own to Imperial Steel. Sometimes vengeance is the only thing that keeps you going.
Thank you.
Go safely, brothers.
I reckon he likes you.
Got nothing to add to that. Well, I don't like him.
She's gone. She's gone.
My lady, you have to hold on. We're going to get
you. Gone. What am I going to do? Barnabas?
How long to the coastal road?
At this pace, we won't make it by sunset.
He'll know. He'll cast me out like all the others. What am I going to do? What am I going to do?
My lady.
Carol.
Who'll be throwing these axes?
What do we have here?
Fetch a good price, I reckon.
But we'd be doing the slavers a disservice if we didn't praise her work.
Stay away!
All of her prowess with the sword was reliant on Garuda.
It's all right. They can't hurt you anymore. Come on. Let's go home.
Is this it, Adolphus? My punishment for not listening to you? Ah! This wretched world! Deserves to die. It all deserves to die! Die! Die!
Ooh, those firing synapses. Something got her noggin jogging. Okay. Probably not good for us.
Sid.
Do you feel it too?
Garuda. By the flames.
She's drawn in too much ether. She can't control it. If Garuda isn't stopped, that vortex will swallow this whole forest, and us along with it.
And I'll stop her.
You'll stop her.
I heard it again. Someone is calling me.
Damn it, lad. That doesn't mean you have to listen. Oh, I should have gone with Gav. Clive, I don't think you understand. That's not just windy weather you're wandering into. Benedicta's rage knows no bounds. And that's on a good day. I don't want to know what's waiting inside that.
But I do. I have to find out. And I'm not turning back.
There are so many.
Aye. One for every fragment of our mind.
About to say, it looks like there's some enemies about. Put myself at risk for 5 gil. Let's see if there's any items along with these enemies, but doesn't seem like there's too much worth it. I was kind of hoping for more health items. At least we got one there. We'll check out what this last one is, and then go back to the main objective. 2 pinches of magic dash. Alright. I'm sure that'll come in handy. Alright, before we brave this storm. Huh. Look at the abilities too. 651 points. We can do some stuff. Jump act and deliver a punishing counter. If jump evades an attack, counter potency is increased, can be used in midair. That sounds like it might be worth it. Summon a tornado that slowly hunts down enemies, and upon ensnaring them, inflicts multiple hits. 1540 for that. My goodness. Guess it's a fast travel location.
He's in there. I know it.
Who's he? Alright. Well, we can go straight there. I guess if we choose to, we can go back somewhere else. I just kind of feel like I should go back to the hideaway, which I'm going to do. See if I could upgrade the gear a little bit, maybe find something else. Hold on, give me a sec. Alright, apologies for the impromptu BRB. I noticed there was a bug crawling across my ground in my room. I'm gonna go pick it up and dispose of it. I got an eye for him. I could tell when something's amiss. Something's crawling around here.
Yes? What?
What do you mean, what? Let's see what we got going on. Couple new weapons. I upgraded the broadsword, I think, twice, so... But if we switch to... See, I don't think any of this will affect, like, your attack animations or anything along those lines. So we could probably just go for the good stuff right off the bat.
It'd better all be here. You got out else?
What? I don't know what you said there. Let's see. Otherworldly luster complements the silky smooth texture of the sash. Sash dyed black so deep they might drive a man to madness, if not render him slightly more inconspicuous in a darkened room. Honestly, I don't think none of these seem to have any sort of attributes or anything, so I think these are just straight like stat upgrades.
You'll not find a better price than that.
And let me just take a look at the rest of the purchase stuff. I guess I'll sell it all when I'm done. I guess the kind of good thing is, doesn't seem like there's a party or anything that you have to worry about outfitting, so it's only Clive. On one hand, it reminds me of Final Fantasy XV, which is probably not a good thing. Would be nice if I could go back and, play other characters or whatever. That was one of the things they added to Final Fantasy XV after the fact, was the ability to actually switch party members. When it's like, that's kind of a thing that's been around in Final Fantasy for a while, but I guess they didn't feel it was necessary at the time.
It'd better all be here.
But I kind of wonder if there's going to be something like that at some point. New DLC, you could switch characters.
You'll not find a better price than that. It'd better all be here.
Alright. Let's sell the rest of this crap.
I reckon I can find a buyer. You got out else? I reckon I can find a buyer.
I don't think I'm going to be using that badge of might.
You got out else?
Also the heat wave, I guess I'll hang on to those just in case.
Is that all?
Leave it as is for now, though.
Make it quick. What's that for you, dear?
All right.
Should last you a good while.
Oh, shit. I meant to reinforce, damn it.
And?
That is something... God damn it. Where did I last save? Because that's actually a lot of money. Reload the autosave, I guess. We'll just have to go through the purchasing segment again. Alright, so here's the thing about going to the blacksmith. You can choose to craft weapons, or you can choose to reinforce them. Now, considering that we spent the money to purchase some of these weapons instead of, crafting them right off the bat, I suppose I could look into that because it would cost materials, but reinforcing might have better benefits if you just like buy stuff off the
What do
bat,
you
like
want?
from the shop,
I'm
and then take it over to get
persuading you
upgraded.
down. It'd better all be here. You'll not find a better price than that. It'd better all be here.
Leave it at
You're rubbing me
34. We'll do the
blind,
high
you know.
potions.
You'll not find a better price than that.
Okay.
You got out else? I'll be thankful you got that much. You got out else? I reckon I can find a buyer.
Okay. Fortunately, it didn't take that long to get through.
Well? What do you want?
Okay. So, yeah. You can craft any of these and then immediately get one reinforcement right off the bat. Or you could just buy them and then use less materials to upgrade them. I guess I prefer to keep my materials, so...
You can thank me later. Yeah, that should do you.
Getting increased weapon damage is always good.
You can thank me later. Yeah, that
But
should
if I
do
get
you.
the materials, I might as well just try to upgrade what I can,
You can
right?
thank me later. My best work, but it'll do.
It's kind of shitty, but, you know. You'll make do, I believe in you. Alright, that's a little bit better. I kind of wish, which it doesn't seem like it, I kind of wish new armor and weapons would affect your appearance.
There's a good girl.
Maybe it happens with particular equipment, or if you get like story-based things, you'll get it then, but kind of sucks otherwise. I always liked having that visual change. Yeah. Actually haven't looked through most of this stuff before. Probably should at some point. Alright. Now we're good. Now let's go see what's up. Eye of the Tempest. You.
Wait! Clive. What's that?
The Dominant. The man who killed my brother.
Are you absolutely certain?
I've seen him every night for the past 13 years. Watched as the flames of his icon took Joshua.
Now!
Sid!
I'm here, and so's Torgo. Don't worry about us. You've been waiting for this. Go!
Sid!
Seems like they'd just be able to climb over it.
Forgive me.
Alright, let's see what's up. Awakening.
Where did he go?
Gone in a gust. Hysteric laughter. What's so funny?
I'm not here for you, Garuda! I don't think it's funny. I don't think it's funny. You won't stop me, Garuda!
She's toying with me.
under a staircase.
I found you.
You called me! Why?
One of these battles, huh? This battle's in the air.
Where is he? Where is the dominant?
Let's break that ass a bit. She's all bent over. See what it looks like from the behind. Ah, goodness. Larger enemies will become partially staggered when their will gauges are reduced to 50%. Using Gerudo's Deadly Embrace on particularly staggered enemies will topple it, leaving it vulnerable to follow-up attacks. Didn't do anything for that. Decent amount of damage. Having a secondary element actually proves some worth. Strike her.
Not this time.
There's some distant shots with magic casting, but really not. Get back down here. That was a little too early. Get hit by something else. damage. Just a talon, but no. The whole claw. There you go. Past couple, what seems to me to be major boss battles we've done, we haven't gotten the classic Final Fantasy victory music. We know we've heard it before, so I don't know why they're holding back. Fighting and defeating a summon seems like a pretty big deal.
You're nothing but a monster. And I will not let you stand in my way!
Ah, Ifrit. See, that's what I thought. Clive trying to gaslight me into thinking that the hooded guy was the icon of fire. It was him.
Clive!
Sorry, he's exploded. Get a monster fight. Melee attack, range attack, and evade. Simple enough. Circle B is charge to charge an enemy. There you go. Covering great distance in a short period of time, as well as dealing damage if the enemy is struck. Abilities available while embodying Infant can be combined on the abilities tab, or confirmed rather. Dragging you through the mud. Gonna put some dirt in your eye. Big damage. She loves this combining shit, throwing it at you attack. get to that. Seems to be well worth it, though. Okay, those grow back, though, right? Flashbacks to the Valkyrie battles in God of War. Putting the beat down on. Hearts grow back too fast. See the hellfire taking place. Burning it to crisp. Alright, there we go. I guess when we just fought her as regular Clive, wasn't exactly to the finish. So, need to wait on that to get that victory music. Nothing but crafting materials, but good stuff regardless. And so the day was saved.
Control it, Clive! It is you, isn't it, Clive? Stop this! Now!
His synapses are firing too. Everybody's gonna be taking a form. It's a shame that Ramu is just an old man. But I suppose he needs a little bit more power. There he is, all crusty. Got that nice beard.
I said stop!
He said stop. I mean, as far as Ramu goes, at least they dressed them up a little. Gotta stop doing that to yourself, Sid.
You're too nice is your problem.
Also just an old guy while the others are Godzilla monsters. Pretty much. I mean, there's been Ramus in other games where it's literally just been like an old, bald guy with a beard. He's got a robe. At least this one, he's got a little bit of armor. He's got some kind of necklace. Got a staff. He's not bald.
Oh, Clive. The ghost you've been chasing, it was inside you all along. I'll be damned if I know what that means.
And the real journey was the friends we made along the way.
Oh. Why? Why did you have to listen to him? Benner. This can't be what you wanted, can it?
Whoa. What the hell's going on here? Villainous Tor, Holy Empire's break.
His Majesty!
Oh shit.
The king is bold, or desperate.
Will you engage him personally, Your Highness?
Odin's a powerful one.
Of course.
Griegel's breath fill your wings.
Guess that's Bahamut. It's a little spindly, but I guess we've seen spindly Bahamuts before. They're all cheering it on until they start getting blasted. Okay, resume the regular battle.
Reform the cohorts. At once.
Do they all have to do that?
Your Highness.
saboteurs?
Their attacks are frequent and widespread, even in the holy capital.
The capital? What of my father?
His radiance is safe.
All right, saboteurs, they're looking too.
Sabotage.
Yes.
But he has ordered the city guard strengthened. We can expect no reinforcements.
Gotta get it in there when I can.
That is of no matter. The Emperor's safety is paramount. I shall deal with our enemies here. All of them.
Got them all chained up. I guess for his safety, but still.
It was me.
It's me, Austin.
I killed Joshua.
Yeah. Figured it out just in time.
Ah, you're awake. You're just full of surprises. First that trick with Garuda, then whatever the hell that other thing was. Didn't know you had it in you.
Do it.
Hey?
Kill me.
It was me. I killed him. I killed Joshua. I killed them all. I'm a monster, and I deserve to die. So end it. End it now. Please. Please. Ah!
Does he have pants on?
I reckon I can take you, if that's what you want. But first, I thought I'd give you the benefit of my timeless wisdom.
I don't think he does.
It seems to me, you see, that since you're still breathing, you might as well make yourself useful. Get dressed. Pretty as you are, you're not my type. I'll, see you in the hall.
What are you going to do now?
I don't know. I guess we're gonna find out. The Wages of Guilt. Quest log. Certain times during the game that side quests will become temporarily unavailable until progress has been made through the main scenario. At such times, quest givers will be indicated with a whatever that is. An exclamation mark with a lock over it.
May as well hear what he has to say.
I suppose so.
Don't go making me throw you back in there now, eh?
Did you see the girls he brought back with him?
Odin and Bahama had at it by all accounts.
Finally crawled out of the crypt, eh? You look like it. Although I thank you for doing us the courtesy of covering up.
Don't.
Ah, still have a bit of fight left in you? Then listen. I've arranged a meeting with Gav. In case you've forgotten, you're the one he's been putting his nose to work for.
For nothing.
Just listen. While you've been relaxing in your cell, Gav's been busy sniffing out your dominance. And according to his last report, he's picked up a scent. Gav's gone to a fair bit of trouble for you. The least you can do is hear the poor bugger out. He's going to meet us at the King's Fall. Pack your stuff. We'll leave as soon as you're ready.
Fair enough. Assuming that's accessed via the world map. Alright, I don't know that there's going to be any quests here. Off stream, when I did that load up, skipped around a little bit. I did the side quests around here. Like I said, there was only 2 of them. Not too much going on. So, I'm assuming that what they were referring to was if you didn't happen to complete those beforehand, they're going to be locked out now. So, not too big of a loss, even if I didn't do them earlier. Let's take a look here. Son of a gun. Hold that thought. Oh, I don't see anybody streaming. Oh well. Well, my intention was to end the stream. So we're gonna go ahead and end it. It's a little bit late. We put 3.5 hours in, and we got through some major plot lines, so I feel comfortable ending it here. I'm still not sure if I want to continue on with this. I will determine that, I guess, once I've sat on it for a few hours. Probably gonna end up streaming tomorrow, so we should know by then, but this game is a spectacle. So it's very fun to watch visually. I do think typically, and it hasn't stopped me with other games so far, but typically with brand new games like this, it's kind of a divisive thing because, you know, sometimes people don't want to watch because they don't want to get spoiled. Sometimes people don't want to watch because they literally just played it, you know, maybe a day or 2 ago, and not much point in watching it unless you're really interested in seeing what the person's going to do differently. But, you know, that's with games that offer a variety of choices here. It seems like more Final Fantasy XVI doesn't really offer that. So, I don't know. Not too attractive in the wide spectrum, I suppose. But on top of that, this game is long. It's super heavy on the cinematics. I feel like there is, I don't know if I want to call it a pacing problem, but it's not necessarily my pacing preference. I feel like with this, there's a lot of gameplay, and then everything stops short, and then there's a lot of cutscenes. And I don't know, sometimes I'm in the mood for that, sometimes not so much. I suppose with RPGs, it's always kind of got to be like that, especially modern day ones. They tend to, I don't know if overdo it on the cutscenes is accurate, but seems to be a lot of them. So at the very least, everything seems to be voiced, so it's not like I have to be reading everything, which is good, especially like on nights like tonight where I feel like my voice is kind of shot. So, I don't know. Like I said, I'm going to sit on it. There are things I like about this game, there are things I don't like it so much, so once I get those sorted out and I feel like this is a good enough game for me to continue on streaming, I will go ahead and do that, but otherwise, we'll see. If I don't end up doing another Final Fantasy stream, we will probably go back to the Armored Core series. I still want to do a couple more of those games before 6 comes out. So, we finished up the story with Project Phantasma last time, likely looking at starting Master of Arena. There were a couple of arena battles I didn't do in Project Phantasma. They were a little bit hard, so I'm wondering if maybe I should just skip them. There was only 4. There's only 4 left, but who knows? Maybe after beating that last arena battle, there's going to be some super item that I unlock, so it might be worth the effort. But if it isn't, we'll just shoot for Master of Arena and see if we could put some time into that. Plenty of other games I'm sitting on for a backlog too, so if we don't end up continuing with Final Fantasy XVI, may pull something out at random, because there's definitely no shortage of games that I could be streaming, so we'll figure it out. But that's going to be it for tonight. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it as always. Thank you, those that stuck around from the raid from Old Drunk Scoob. And thank you, Scoob, for that raid. Anybody that's not familiar, go ahead, check him out, follow him, watch his streams. He's a cool dude. And yeah, that should be it for tonight. Unfortunately, I don't have anywhere to place you guys because no one I know is streaming, and I don't feel like tagging a rando right now. So we're just going to stop it here. But you guys have a good night. See you next time.